Hey, YouTubers, it's your boy Domination. This is back in the base. Until the deuces, I would text baby man that looks back and do this and this and this. Real men rise up, fake men rise down. Real women rise up, fake women rise down. Put the word preacher, preach on. And today's the topic we're talking about is the only place you ever gonna get it, only place you ever gonna get it, only place you ever gonna get it, only place you ever gonna get it is right back base. Until the deuces, I would text baby man that looks back and do this and this and this. Real men rise up, fake men rise down. Real women rise up, fake women rise down. Fact the word preacher, preach on. And today's topic to talk about is I'm gonna show y'all something. It's going to call the falling of feminists. Y'all need to know the truth about feminists, especially you ladies out there. Y'all need to know this. Black women and white women. And you white guys, y'all got a lot of explaining to do. And black men, y'all need to know this because this explains why feminist was a failure. And it started off from the men. It did not start off from women. It started off from men. Listen to this. Feminist is a range of a political movement and ideology and a social movement that share a common goal to define an improvement and achievement of equal political and economy and personal and social rights for women. And this is equal to seek to the improvement equal opportunity for women in education and employment. Feminists and petulant advocate or to support the rights and equality of women. Feminist movement having a campaign and continue to campaign for women's rights, including the right to vote, to hold a public office, to work, to earn fair waging or equal pay, to own a property, to receive education, to enter a contest, to have equal rights within the marriage, and to have maturity leave. Feminists also feminists have also worked to promote the bodily and autonomy and integrity and to support and to protect women's and girls from rape and sexual harassment and domestic violence. Feminist campaigns are generally considered to be one of the main forces behind the major and historically and social change for women's rights, and probably in the West, where they are nearly universally to the credit with having of the achievements women suffering, and generally of naturally nationally in English and reproduce the rights for women, and including the access to the consentment and abortion and the rights to enter a context and own a property. All through the feminist advocate is and has been mainly focused on women's rights. Some feminists, including bell hooks, argue for the inclusion of the men's liberation within its aim because of men are also harmed by tradition, gender roles, and feminist theory, which is an engagement from feminist movement, and aim to understand the nature of genders and equally by the examination of women's social role and lived experience. It's and have it's have the enhancement and the theorist in it a methodology of discipline into order to respond to the issues much as the social construct of gender. Some form of feminism has been criticized for taking into the account only whites and middle class and education and perspective. This criticism led to the create of initiative and specialized or multicultural form of feminists, including black feminists and a selection with feminists. Let me say this. Why that's never been talking about? White women explain this to me. Black women explain this to me. And white men and black men explain this. But you know who the founder of feminists? A man named Charles Ford, a utopian socialist and a French philosopher, is the credit with having the coined the word feminist. I'm going to read it to you again. Charles Ford, a utopian socialist and French philosopher, is a credit with having of the coined the word feminist in 1837. The word feminist and feminist it first appeared in France, and that the Netherlands in 1872, Britain in the 1890, and the United States in 1910, and the Oxford of English Dictionary listed 1852 as the year of the first appearance of feminists, and 1895 for feminists. It depends on the historical movement and culture and country. Feminists around the world have having a different causes and goals. Most Western feminist historians insisted that all movements working to perpetuate of women's rights should be considered a feminist movement, even when they did not or do not apply the term to themselves. Listen what it says. Even when they did not or do not apply the term to themselves. That means it came from this man. This man right here. He was born. This man was born in April the 7th, 1772 in Pedimont of France. That's what he born at. He died October the 10th, 1837. And he buried in Paris, France. He was 65 years old at the time when this term feminist was created. Women, y'all got to explain into this. Because if y'all really equal, like you say you is, why that's not been talking about? It should have been talked about on CNN, on Fox News. It should have talked about it. Because I bet you white guys know about this. And French, and his real name is French Corn Mendeley Charles Forward. That's his name. But look what it says when he said the idea about feminists. Look what it says. And it's in Wikipedia.com. Women's rights. Forward was also a supporter of women's rights in a time period when influence like John Request of Rosary or particularly Forward believed that all important jobs should be open to women on the base of the skill and adamant gratitude rather than closing on account of a gender. He spoke women. Listen again. He spoke of women as individual, but not half human couple. He trying to separate them. Forward saw this traditional marriage could potentially hurt women's rights as human beings, and through never married, written before the advocate of the term homosexuality, Forward hold that both men and women have a wide range of sexual needs and preferences which may change throughout their lives, include the same-sex sexualities and modality. He argued that all sexual expression should be enjoyed as long as people are not abused, and that affirmative one is different can actually lead enhancement of social integrate. Forward concern was to liberate every human individual, men and women and child, in two sense, education and liberty of human passion. What does that mean? He is trying to make the woman to be the man and trying to make the man to be the woman. That's what he was trying to do. This explains why that women become acting like guys. This explains why. And this is for your fault, fellas. If you keep knocking these women up, they're going to get free cars because you allow it to happen. This is why women, y'all allow it to happen, why men become feminine. They act like ladies now. So what you going to do? You going to fix the problem or get to the problem? Men need to get back wearing the pants and women need to get back to wearing the dress. And if this sexual harassment and raping would have never get involved, it would have never been in this problem. Somebody please explain that. The fall of feminine. It was a failure in the 90s. The third wave, the second wave to give women right to vote, and the second wave to give women to the suffocating. But the third wave is a failure of the second wave to give women right to vote. And women suffering. Any question in the story. That's your true logical what real feminist is all about. Any question? Will be discretion to this advised. Give me your comments, give me your video response, and tell me what you think of this video. All right? All right. And 25 next week. I'm going to see y'all next week on the 25. All right? I got something special for y'all on 25. All right? I'm going to see y'all next week. It's your boy Domination. This is Back of the Base. The Juggle the Deuces. I would text, baby. Until next time. All right? All right. Peace. I'm out. All right. Peace.